Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm cutting my own hair. Yes, this is the first time that I'm doing it. So let's see how it goes. So I have started with the video straight away, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to comb my hair thoroughly so that there are no knots in my hair at all. I'm going to comb it through really well. I have parted my hair in the middle because it's just for convenience sake. You can part it anyhow you like. You can not part it at all. Whatever is convenient for you. Just thoroughly remove the knots. And then I'm just combing all the hair back and I'm going to section it out. I'm going to take a triangular section from the front and I'm going to use the highest point of my eyebrows as a guide. I'm just taking a triangular section and ending it at the crown of my head. To make clear sections, I'm using a tail comb. If you have a tail comb, please go ahead and use that because that's going to really help you with getting clear sections. If you don't have, don't worry about it. You can use any comb. Just make sure that the sections are clear enough. Once I'm happy with the section that I have taken, I'm just going to comb it very tight and straight up. I want all the hair to become straight before I take it and start cutting it. So I have just decided a point where I want to cut the hair and I'm holding it really tight. You have to ensure that you're holding the hair really tight at that point where you want to cut it, because if you leave it loose, the hair will come off a little bit or slightly go off a little bit in a direction and the haircut will not be neat. Once I cut that hair, I am just going to comb all the hair down in front of the face and I'm just going to cut a little bit more. Now this section should be the shortest and this is going to be my guide and it's going to guide me to cut the rest of my hair in layers. This will be the shortest because this is the front hair and we are going to layer it out in a regular layered cut way where the front sections are the shortest and then the hair layers out towards the back and the back sections are the longest. Now I have just cut off the edges in a vertical manner a little bit because I wanted to smooth out the edges. And then moving on, I have sectioned my hair into two equal parts from the back coming on to both the sides, and the front section where I have already cut my hair, I am going to make that also into half, one going to the right side and the other half going to the left, and these sections are going to be my guide and they're going to help me cut the rest of my hair. And then I'm just sectioning out my hair on one side till just about the front of my ear. This is the section that I'm going to cut now, but I'm just clipping away the back of my hair first so that that doesn't come in my way. Once that is out of the way, I'm just going to take this entire section and I'm going to comb it thoroughly. I'm going to make sure that it is a clear section again, that the marking is clear, and then I'm going to comb it really straight and really tight. And once I have combed my hair enough, I am just going to take it to the point where the guide is. So that's exactly the point. When you're cutting your own hair, you will be able to see this guide, and this first section that I'm going to cut it exactly at that point. This is a layered cut, so the first section is still going to be a little bit smaller than this section that I'm cutting right now, and that's because of the angle at which I'm holding the hair tight before cutting it. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm not going to do one whole side together because I want to make sure that I am even on both the sides and that one side doesn't happen to become longer than the other or shorter than the other. And so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take the back hair out of the way, clip it away, and then take the section till front of the ear. Take a very clear section and take the whole hair and comb it tight at an angle upwards. When you see the guide, hold the hair tight, bring it down a little bit so that it's easier for you to cut. But make sure that you're holding the hair really tight so that it doesn't slip off and you don't cut it at the wrong angle. And then I also just cut the edges to smoothen them out a little bit. And then I'm just comparing both the sides by bringing them straight under my chin and cutting off whatever is the excess on whichever side. And now that they are even, we are going to move on to the next section on one side. And then I'm just clipping off the section that we've just cut, and then I'm also sectioning out that entire side by using another clip. I'm just clipping the freshly cut section separately for my convenience, for my ease. You can do it if you want to, or you can also not do it because we are doing specific sections at a time. Now this time on the other side, I'm taking a clear section just about till behind my ear. So on this section also, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to comb it through very straight at an angle, and I am then going to see where my guide is. But this time I am going to cut an inch or inch and a half below the guide. So this will basically create another layer. So guide was the first layer, front of the ear section was your second layer, and this behind the ear is your third layer. And then I just smoothen out the edges a little bit, and then on the other side I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a clear section till just about behind the ear like I have done on the other side. I just like to keep the section that I'm working with open, and the rest of the hair I just like to clip it away because it just comes in the way and disrupts whatever I'm doing. So once you are sure that the section is clear enough, just clip away all the other hair. You can clip it separately, you can clip it together, whatever is convenient for you. And then I'm just going to grab hold of all the hair from the front, and I'm just going to use either my hands or my comb to tightly take it up at an angle where I can see the guide clearly. So I'm letting the front layers drop down because that's not what I'm going to work with, that is just a guide. Once I am sure where the guide is, I'm just coming 1 to 1.5 inches down, and I'm just going to cut off that excess hair. I'm going to get rid of all the dead ends, the split ends, and everything. And this is going to make my hair healthy, and that's exactly why I'm cutting my hair. I don't want to make it short, but I just want to get rid of the dead ends. And yes, if your hair is not in layers, this will also create good layers for you. And then again, I'm bringing both the sides down to my chin, the longest portions, the longest layers, and I'm just going to compare them and cut off any excess on either side. And then I'm just parting the hair at the back from the middle. This is going to be my last section. You can create more sections if you want to, but I just wanted to create 4 layers, so this is going to be my last layer. So again, I'm working one side at a time, and the whole side where I'm working, I can't leave it open. So the front half of my hair, I'm going to clip it away so that that doesn't come in my way, because anyway it doesn't make sense to have all the hair open on one side. So again, I'm just going to take the hair up. I'm going to ensure that the hair is tight and it is straight, and I'm going to hold it tight at a point where I want to cut. So this is also going to be an inch or inch and a half down from the last layer that we've cut. So this is going to be an inch or inch and a half down from the third layer that we had cut earlier. That is the section that was right behind the ear. So if you're not looking to reduce the length of your hair, this layer will have the least amount of hair that needs to be cut, but just cut the ends and ensure that there are no dead ends left in your hair. And once I'm done with that side, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. I have clipped away all the hair on the other side and also the front half on this side, and then in the same way, holding the hair tight up, I am deciding on a point where I want to cut it, which is going to be 1 or 1.5 inches down from the last layer. And once that section is cut, I am just going to smoothen out the edges, and there is the last layer of my layered haircut. So you can smoothen out the edges if you want to, you can leave it as it is, but I just feel that it gives you a finished look if you cut it vertically and smooth out the edges after you do a cut. And then as a last step, I'm just going to compare both the last layers, and I'm going to snip off any excess that I see on either side and smoothen out the edges. So that's my layered haircut complete. So I can actually feel that my hair is so much more healthy after getting rid of all those dead ends and split ends and whatever else was there on the ends, and now I feel so much better. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that nothing went wrong because, as I said earlier, this is the very first time I tried to cut my own hair. So I hope you enjoyed it. Do give it a big thumbs up, and also please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you again very, very soon with another cruelty free video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.